Hey, good evening, everyone. It's Eric Wilhelm here. Weather for Weather Geeks time, Monday evening, the 22nd day of April. Happy Earth Day. Hope you had a good Easter weekend. The weather left a little to be desired on Sunday, that's for sure. But boy, did we turn things around today. In the 7 o'clock hour, it is about 20 degrees warmer than it was Sunday evening. The clouds just did not want to break on Easter Sunday, and that really kept a lid on our temperatures. We only hit 51 at the airport on Sunday. That was quite a bit lower than I envisioned it being when I made my Easter forecasts middle of last week. So a little bit of a bust there, but boy, we busted out today in the upper 60s to around 70 in most spots. And a little check-in on how we're doing in April, and no surprise, we are warmer than average by about 4.5 degrees. Most of the consistently cool weather was right at the beginning of the month. Since the 6th, warmer than average days have outnumbered cooler than average days by a fair margin. We've only had 3 cooler than average days over the last 2+ weeks. So we're doing pretty well, especially compared to last year. Time lapse from today, we had sunshine at the start, then it clouded up for a time this afternoon. We had some lake-influenced clouds for a time late this morning, early this afternoon, but then mid-afternoon on, turned bright, blue, and beautiful outside. Severe clear skies out there for the latter half of the day today. Just fantastic. And clear sky remains overhead this evening. It's too nice to be inside doing this video, I can tell you that. Hopefully you took advantage of some of the weather we had during the second half of the day today. Clouds are slowly thickening to our west, and this is the system that will produce our showers and thunderstorm, the chances for them anyway, as we go into the day on Tuesday. Now, in the meantime, I want to temper expectations a little bit here, but one of our decent meteor showers of the year, I wouldn't put it at the top tier, but it's kind of maybe a rung below that. It's the Lyrid meteor shower. It peaked last night and tonight. Now, one of the things going against us tonight is the best time to see these would be later on at night. The problem is the moon's going to rise a little before midnight, and the moon is just a couple of days past being full, so it's pretty big and bright, and that's going to cut down on the visibility of meteors. That being said, you might spot a couple this evening before the moon comes up. The sky is crystal clear this evening, so find a dark place as far away from artificial lights as you can. Give your eyes some time to adjust. And again, it's a beautiful evening to, maybe try to catch a couple of meteors. Now, I think they'll be most numerous later on, but unfortunately the moon will kind of dampen things a little bit. All right. So we head into the day on Tuesday. Clouds roll in the morning, and I think a lot of us are going to see some showers. It's not going to be a long-lived thing, but for a couple of hours or a few hours in the afternoon on Tuesday, pretty good chance of some wet weather. Could be a clap of thunder mixed in with this as well. These will be long gone by about dinner time, and it should be a nice sunset for Tuesday evening. Hour by hour rain chances looking like this as of, again, a little after 7 o'clock this evening. Have them kind of peaking between noon and 4 p.m. I'll probably fine-tune these some before the 11 o'clock newscast tonight, so with the addition of some high-res models coming in. All right, severe weather risk around here is pretty low tomorrow. It's something we can't rule out, though. A couple of feisty thunderstorms, especially early in the afternoon. The Storm Prediction Center highlights roughly from, Lisbon over to Wheeling and Steubenville and Pittsburgh on south and west. It's kind of the zone where, if there's going to be a rogue severe thunderstorm, that's where it would likely be, but even that, the chances of that are not very high. So we're going to keep an eye on this tomorrow, but I don't think it's likely to be a real big severe weather day. A couple of feisty thunderstorms, though, early in the afternoon will be a possibility. Well, if you like today, I think you're going to like Wednesday, because it's pretty much the same day coming up on Wednesday. Bright sunshine. Temperatures upper 60s, much like we did today. All right, clouds may increase on Thursday. We might get grazed by a late day shower with some of this moisture to our south. Higher chance of wet weather, though, at the end of the week on Friday with this cold front pushing in. This will be as early as Thursday night. Heading into Friday, we might get a lot of the raindrops out of the way by lunchtime on Friday. I think the weekend will start out cool and dry on Saturday. We might struggle to get out of the 50s despite some sunshine on Saturday. But overall, the longer range does not look real remarkable temperature-wise. This is the 8 to 14 day outlook put out by our friends from the Climate Prediction Center, and cooler than average temperatures favored up here, warmer than average favored down here. We're kind of somewhere in between. I'm not expecting too many huge deviations from average as we round out April and head into that first week of May. In other words, I don't see a heat wave coming our way. I also don't see a real abnormal cold pattern for the first part of May. Precipitation outlook, again, not a real strong signal here, favoring somewhat a little bit of a wet pattern, but it doesn't look like a super wet pattern, and there'll be plenty of dry weather as well. So again, these 8 to 14 day outlooks now take us into the first week of May. Hard to believe that May starts during the middle of next week. All right, that's it for tonight's Weather for Weather Geeks. Thanks as always for checking this out. Check out my updated forecast on the TV side on 21 News at 11, and you can get the forecast anytime, of course. Download the fantastic Storm Tracker 21 app. Have a great Monday night, everyone.